Everyone, it's Diane. We're going to do this video a little different. I tried to get myself in it, but I couldn't figure out how to turn the camera around. Sorry. One of those days. I had a couple requests on how to set up and how to do a blending bar. So I just wanted to do a really short tutorial on how I do my blending bar. In front of you, you see what I have is basically this is the master kit. In the master kit, you'll get all of the oils, which are all 120 cents. You will get these three products in both kits. It's the sugar scrub, the body butter, and the lotion. You'll get plenty of paper supplies, including they'll throw in a strip of your blender strips. I like to print those out on cardstock, and I usually let my kids or my grandkids are over, or my son, they're the ones that cut them up for me. So it's kind of fun because you could tell a child does it, and they're all different sizes, whatever. But at the blending bar, what I do is I go through the catalog. Well, I have their attention just for a few minutes. I just talk about the story, the steps of the blending bar. Are you're going to invent your scent, choose a product, then design the label. And I do let them do the scent profile first before they play with the oils. And this is a scent profile, the full size that I had actually got laminated. I just feel it saves me some money in the long run because I use so many of them. I just get the erase markers and the eraser. And you can see this one's actually kind of crappy because I think somebody did use a permanent marker on it. What they do is I tell everybody this is the scent profile. Please answer the questions without thinking about your answers. Just answer them spontaneously. More than one answer is best for each question. And then what happens is they're going to add up how many times they answered number one, how many times they answered number two, and write their answers on the bottom. So what that is, that's going to tell them what scent families they need to go into. So once they know their scent families there, I tell them to go into the catalog, which everybody will have one at their station or at their seat. Each scent family is depicted there. And depending on what scents they got on the scent profile the most, I have them start there. So for instance, if I had, say, fresh musk, I would go look in the fresh musk section. And I think if you have the basic kit, you get the first few. So let's say I want to do beach bum. I'm going to take my scent strip. I'm going to find beach bum, and you'll notice how your oils are set up. You have 101, 102, 103 across. The second row will be 201, 202, 203. So they're all in order by scent families. So this is scent family number one, which is floral. Then comes your fruit, botanical, citrus, and so on and so forth. So for the one that I want to choose, I tell everybody, you go through the catalog, figure out which one you want. So I want to start with beach bum. So I'm going to go to number 2, and the oil number is 602. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 602 will be beach bum. So I have them set it there. And then on the scent strip, before they actually start using it, I tell them write down the number before you roll it. And then I ask them, please keep the caps with the product. Only have one oil open at a time. A lot of people will try to open up 2 or 3 oils and try to smell them with their nose. But the scent strip is really the best way to go. It's the most important. You don't want to put this directly on your skin, I tell them, just because it is so strong. And that's what the scent strip is for. So we have 602. And right now, because it's so... I'm addicted to the coconut right now, I'll be honest with you. And I have a lot of people asking me, you know, what's a good springtime, summertime scent? Somebody wants to do, somebody recently asked for a beach scent. So you could go to the coconut, and I like coconut a whole lot. Our coconut is probably the best coconut I've smelled, and that's item 208. So now, write down that number on the strip. And you see how they have 3 circles there. So anybody can do 3 different scents. Or because I really, really like coconut, I'm going to put it down again. So that will give me my beach scent. I tell people when you smell it, wave it, roll it in front of your face like this so you can actually smell it. And to me, that smells like tropics. It is going to run a little bit, so that's why I always have the tablecloth available. I bring my own tablecloth, so if it gets messed up, it's mine, and I'm not going to worry about ruining something for the hostess. And then I do ask people, once you're done with the oils, put them back where they belong, but I always go through my oils myself when I get home. As people are coming in, or while they're starting to mingle, I do have at the sink the 3 products. First, I'll leave them at the table when I'm talking, but when I'm not talking, they are at the kitchen sink or wherever I can have running water. The sugar scrub, I talk about how good it is, and you can go through the product pages, which I'll show you in a minute, but have them start with the sugar scrub, have them rub it into their hands, and while they're doing that, I try to get the water warm to their touch. So with one hand, I have them touch the water real quick just to make sure that it's not going to scald them, because I've learned everybody's house is different with the hot water. So they start with the sugar scrub, scrub it in their hands, and then I'll have paper. I bring my own roll of paper towels so I'm not wasting the hostess, or I have invested in little hand towels that I bring with me. And then once they're done with the sugar scrub, dry their hands and then put on the body butter. And I always make sure I have popsicle sticks there, just because they're inexpensive and I don't want them sticking their fingers into my product. And I have them do the body butter on one hand and then the body lotion, which you get in your kit also, on the other hand, just so they can tell the difference between the two and they can feel the difference between the two. So, and I'll tell you, every show that I bring out, the sugar scrub and the body butter, I sell both of them to at least 2 or 3 people. So that's definitely, you definitely want them to get their hands in there. Sometimes I'll even pass, if I only have the sugar scrub and the body butter at the sink, I'll pass around the lotion during the show. So then once they all get a sample of that, they get to try it, they did their scent profile, I bring out tons and tons of cut up slips for them to stop playing. I let them play for about an hour. I don't like to give them much more time than that, just because I don't want to take up the hostess's time, and I'm usually in a rush anyways. Every single blending bar, I have a little bit of coffee beans, and the coffee beans are kind of, if you will, that'll cleanse their palate. So the scents do get overwhelming. Whenever they get overwhelmed, take a sniff of the coffee beans. So that's the blending bar. Then once they're done blending their slips, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a huge challenge for you right here. This is our order form. It's not the most friendly order form, as like our back office is not the most friendly back office. So when I have them ordering, I will sit down. Most of the customers get this, but some don't. They fill in all their information up here. I tell them the email is really important because they're going to get an email when their product is shipped. And also, if they put a little star underneath email, I will put them in my mailing list, which I have Gorilla Chimp, or whatever that email is, Chimp Mail, and I do send out a once a month newsletter. If they want to have a blending bar, have them check it here, or if they're interested in the opportunity, have them check it there. So I do bring some of our business catalogs, and I have them out. And if somebody's picking it up, I'll probably ask them at the end, if they'd like to talk about it or if they have any questions. So your order form, you're going to write the product name here, label. This really should say number, item number, because when you're filling this out, you're going to put down your scents, and I have customers write out the whole scent, or I tell them, write down the number of the scent, as in 602 for the beach bum, 208 for the coconut, and so on and so forth. I always have a product here, so as I am explaining how to fill out the order form, I have it right there to tell them. Monogram will go here. Monogram is that one letter that will appear right here. You could do uppercase or lowercase, doesn't matter. Then you're going to put your scents in, up to 3, and I tell them the scents will always be listed right here. And then you're going to put the title of your product. You can call it whatever you want. And the title is the Invent Your Scent line. The next, the print line, is a little bit, the font is a little bit smaller, and that will go right underneath your title line. And this, if you want to leave it blank, I tell them put N/A, and that's exactly how you want to enter it in your back office too. Designed by, it comes over here, so you will put that in also. So once they have all that filled out, the product goes here. They could either put in, sometimes I tell them just write what the product is, because honestly I don't know the numbers like 1008 and all that. I don't know what that is. So I have them write the product in, the label that this product is for. So if this one was a lotion, and I know that this is what she wants to have the lotion, I'll write the number 1 right here, so I know exactly what this goes to. The color in the back of the catalog, you have all your accent colors. So you have the blue, baby blue, etc. The size really isn't important unless they're ordering like the lotion or whatever. I do go through the order form with them, so if I see they have the, let me open it up and show you. So if they have body lotion written down, and they only write the price of $23 down, I know they want the 12-ounce price. But I did have somebody write 12-ounce and put the 17 price down. So when I saw the 17, I naturally ordered the $17 one. When it came in, she got upset because she really wanted the 12-ounce one. So that's why now I go through each product, each order form with the customer, with the catalog in front of me. So I refer from the order form to my catalog so nothing gets messed up. Quantity, the price, quantity, and if they wanted, you just do more than one, you do the math. And then down here you have how they're going to pay you. I tell them if you write your credit card down, what I do is I actually, after I put it through the system and it goes through the order, I take black marker and I mark it out so that you're not keeping their information with you. So that's basically a blending bar. What I would suggest you doing is making a binder such as this one. And in this binder, whoops, upside down, is a lot of different information. In iBath, you have a file section. In that file section, there's a bunch of different scent blends that have already been pre-made. I always take those and I have those out at the blending bar, just because somebody like me, I steal everybody else's. I don't have a good time blending myself. It's important also to have, I can't seem to find it, the product pages. The what each scent smells like is really neat. So if somebody's looking for something, you have it right there. And also in the back of the iBath in the file section, there's also a file for what each product is and what's in each product, the ingredients. So I would get to know, you have 3 products in your starter kit, get to know those 3 products first. For example, this is the lotion. Just start reading down so you'll know everything about that lotion. I recently found out something that I didn't know. I had one customer ask me if it had a certain ingredient, and I think the lotion was the only one that had it, and I didn't realize that it was in there. I forget what that product, what that was, but oh, this one, well, I'm not sure, never mind. But just have that and learn the different products of what's in each one. And there is one of these on just about every product, so you'll know exactly what is there. Now, at the blending bar, I do tell them that our products on the back of the label will tell you how natural, and all of its attributes. I tell them everything is always paraben, phthalate, and cruelty-free, 100%. And then I go into, like, the lotion is only 96% natural. We're vegan, gluten-free. Gluten-free for me is a big thing in my household because we have gluten allergies. So you definitely want to have that there. So it's really fun, and people have tons and tons of fun playing with all the scents. Now my Hostess packets, what I put in there, I just use the regular manila envelope that you can get at the stores. I put in just 15 of our invitations. And I find a lot of hostesses don't even use these, so I do ask for them back. I think in the 2 years that I've been with Bathologie, I've only ordered them 2 or 3 times. I do put in one business catalog, just because if the hostess is having a party, you never know, she might be interested in becoming a bathologist. I do give 2 catalogs, and a couple of order forms go in there. And if the hostess booked, typically she was probably at a blending bar, so she knows how to fill it out. If not, I go through it with her. And right now I started putting in Color My Stars, which is really a great way to increase your sales. I tell the hostess, if you fill all 20 stars, I will raffle off an extra item at your blending bar. And I do pull out her form, and I show her guests there that for any $30 purchase, they're going to pick a star, and we'll do the drawing that night if all the stars are filled up. So my last blending bar, I had a customer, these are her numbers, so she bought $90 just to get those 3 numbers. So it definitely will help. I know this video is really quick. I'm expecting my boys to come through the door any minute. So if you have any questions, please let me know.